Artificial intelligence is widely known to be one of the most important technologies of our time, and its potential applications are vast. Its implications are also far-reaching. The use of AI and its application has made it one of the technologies to define the next decade. AI has come to stay because of the recognizable progress it brings, and perhaps this is why those making a case for AI see the advancement it will bring to the government and the public sector. They say AI will improve decision-making process and cut down on time spent when delivering quality service to citizens. And it has the potential to revolutionize the operations of government and public sector, as well as speed up developmental processes within ministries, departments and agencies, and even the private sector. And that's what we will be discussing now. We bring in again seasoned technology expert Stephen Onia. Thank you and welcome. Thanks for joining us again.
Thank you for having me.
So what are your thoughts? I know this is something that you're really passionate about, but tell us, what you see in the public sector in Nigeria, and the use of AI, really the potential. To what extent do you agree with the practicability of AI in Nigeria?
Yes, I agree 100%. Application of computational intelligence, such as AI, is applicable. It's practicable in our system. But before we delve into this AI, because people mistake the launch of ChatGPT and current AI product, and they say AI is new. AI is not new. AI is a subset of computational intelligence. We just started hearing about AI because a major product, a product, not the models that were used to be. The computational intelligence have existed way back 1980s. Even in Nigeria, we have what we call the Nigerian Manpower Board, and they did a significant data collection. We have a system in place. But the first major product was launched that made it look to see if AI started trending is ChatGPT, which we all know. So it's practicable. But before, we need to understand the public sector. Now, the problem most people claim we have with the public sector is transparency, accountability, and efficiency. Even if you apply any form of computational intelligence, you probably will solve efficiency, but you still have to deal with transparency and accountability. Because AI, some people think it's just a robot that will just do everything. There's still this hybrid involvement, so we should first understand that. So for the public sector, yes, we can apply AI, but AI is nothing without data. It's nothing without data. Now, data gives you decision authority, meaning when you have the clear insight and you can predict ahead, you can make decisions with confidence. That's what data does. The question that we ask ourselves, do we have sufficient data in our public sector? Because we're not talking of launch ChatGPT on Nigerian public sector. We're saying to build computational models, that's computational intelligence that can be used as AI in our public sector. So how do we collect the data? Those are the things we should be concerned about, right? Yeah.
That's right. Even before we started talking about AI, we know the introduction of computer or introduction of IPPIs, for instance, to the public sector, and you saw the kicks and all of that. Even up to now, there's the kicking. Do you not feel that there would be some sort of pushback to something that they feel would disrupt the normal way they do things in the public sector, especially, public sector?
You're very correct. Resistance to change is normal with technology. It's normal, but we need to give data a chance. It's in Nigeria that I see people talk so many things and you'll be wondering, where did you hear this one from? Even the international labor force have not been able to describe unemployment. But in Nigeria, we say everybody's unemployed. Unemployment, employment, and underemployment are still what they are still considering in the international labor force. In short, the full definition of unemployment has not been clearly defined. But in Nigeria, we've concluded so many people are unemployed. And I'm not going to make an argument for anyone. You see, understanding the difference between employment, unemployment, and underemployment, it's a major issue globally. It's not a Nigerian problem. Now, if we trust AI to give us data insight, we can be more confident about our decisions. And that's where I'm going. You see, someone working for you in your home, maybe your sister, she's not on wages. We classify unemployment in Nigeria based on wage salary return. So if you don't have a wage salary, you're unemployed. Now, even the International Labour Force is trying to categorize this thing properly. Our public sector are these career-driven professionals. They are not the police and the military, and they're not private companies. And I want to assure you, that is the only institution to date that you have sufficient job guarantee and career pursuit. It's the most important one, apart from military and police. Because you can start the civil service and be confident no matter over time you'll be promoted. Now, I'm not going to come and start talking about their transparency, their accountability, or their efficiency. Let's talk about the system of the civil service, which did not start with this current government. Dates back to the 40s from the...
But then you can't, unfortunately, you can't separate the system from transparency, accountability, because that is the reason why they're there in the first place.
That is exactly why we're talking we need to trust data and AI. Because we're all being theoretical now. We're all being theoretical. We have the Nigerian Manpower Board that works with the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics through the Ministry of Labor and Productivity. And these guys conduct sample-based data collection. Now, there's a difference between having a generic data collection like when you're doing sensors, where everybody supplies data, like a population sensor. That is an holistic big data collection system. Or a sample-based collection system where you can't really sample 180 million people. But you can pick a selected few like 500 and get detail from them. For example, employability details in this country are probably only available through professional registers, professional acquisition like ICANN, CPN. Companies have records like payroll. We don't have sufficient data to even build AI. So we should start from data collection. But now the problem you have is transparency.
What about MDAs, for example?
Yes, that's what I'm saying. They publish their report based on sample data size. Okay. Now, I'm one of those that believe we still need another population census. No matter how long or how delayed, we need a real data collection system where everybody supply a set of numbers, supply a set of data, Nigerian, non-Nigerian, male or female. Very simple. Now, transparency will be fixed because once you see the gaps, you can't fix a system where we are not clear on the gaps. We all have these theories, they are not transparent. We have these theories, they are not accountable. We have this theory, we are not efficient. And we don't have data to prove it. Because what we have are data we see online, we see overseas. They are data we see from foreign publications.
One done by World Bank, WHO.
You understand what I mean? So we can't now say we want to start by fixing transparency and accountability. Let's fix efficiency. Once we have a system that is efficient, these career men, their future is guaranteed. Their pay is guaranteed. They've restructured labor laws, civil service. I think Govt did it. Babangida did it. They've tried to restructure the civil service by doing wage review. They create an hierarchical system. It's a vertical system, anyways. You climb through the ladder over time. And these are people that they are committed to service. Let's assume so. If we use AI to fix efficiency, now let's approach the transparency and accountability issue based on insight, on assumption. First and foremost, the data we have in this country is not credible. You hear this percentage of unemployed in Nigeria, and they are unemployed. Well, how do you even the National Labor have not defined unemployment?
So are you doubting whatever figure you get from the National Bureau of Statistics, for instance?
I'm saying I have more confidence in what I get from the National Bureau of Statistics than what I get from IMF. That's
right.
Okay.
Because data collection, when it comes to data integrity, it's better when it's sampled by people who understand it. Now you say you come from you, and I can't trust that. It doesn't make any logical sense. So we need to give data a chance. Data first.
Okay.
Data collection, yeah.
All right. So, okay, I'm trying to, make a kind of transition now. Okay, so we have a problem on ground now, which is, the solution from your advocacy is we need to invest more in data, have data-driven processes in Nigeria. But at the back of, this call for the implementation of AI, not just in the civil service, but elsewhere, is, the issue of job security. And you've spoken to some of the issues pervading the civil service process in Nigeria. And, of course, the regular complaints you get to hear out there are the issue of corruption and all of that. But then there is also that critical concern about job security. The government has been battling with ghost worker syndrome in the civil service. But what are your thoughts on how this will sanitize the civil service structure?
I'm going to give you an example of a people management ERP that we're working on in my organization, private client. Now, this system handles from onboarding employees. It's a process, standard global process for the ISO best practices. You see, all these things we are seeing as gaps. Once you launch a major people management ERP across the entire public sectors that manages staff onboarding, that manages training, payroll, recruitment, resignations, internal control. Once you have that kind of model, this problem will be solved. They are easy problems. They will be solved. So for me, I know the problem we all have now about transparency, corruption, is because we don't always know what changes hands. And that's the problem with the civil service. You don't know what changes hands. But when you have a software that does the internal control for you, you know what is delivered, what is required of you. You are paid to do 9 to 5. In our civil service, pardon me, some people go there and just laugh all day. And when you know you will be demanded to be accountable for this 1 hour, because there is software tracking you, efficiency will be fixed. Transparency will automatically be resolved. Then this all of corruption, that's not our job. We're not Nigerians. We're not EFCC. Why does a Nigerian want to be the judge? You'll be the one to take them to court. You will sanction. Let the people that are saddled with responsibility investigate corruption. Fix transparency. Let the system be more efficient with AI, and let's leave all this sentiment.
Is that what we are already seeing in the immigration system, where application for passports is now being reduced to up to about 2 weeks? We see what the immigration minister, what do we call Tunji Ojo, what he's trying to do to ensure efficiency in application for passport. Is that how is that interesting you? And that's one. And very quickly, the second one is, do you feel that this will help address the issue of bureaucratic inefficiency and red tapeism in the public sector? Because garbage in, garbage out is what we see. And is it not possible that people can tweak it to their own?
Thank you very much for that, and thank you for referencing the giggle effect. It's garbage in, garbage out. It's giggle effect. We all know. If you put garbage in, you will get garbage. Now you see, our e-passport system, it's a global game changer for us. It's a good one. Global game changer. The bureaucratic e-club that we say, it's harder to cheat a computer than to cheat a man. We are not saying there are not bad people that can cheat the system. And that's how it is everywhere. See, don't make it look as if in Nigeria we have giggle effect and you don't have overseas. Just type giggle on Google, it's everywhere. There's no software, but it's harder to cheat a computer. So what they are doing now is their laudable activities. Let's make it work. This bureaucratic, don't let's be the police at the same time be the judge and at the same time be the one that will correct them at the prison. Let one work first. You're not the police. Let them investigate it. Simple. Leave all this bureaucratic. It's a fantastic approach.
But, you know, at the end of all of this, it comes down to investment,
well, technology is expensive. Right. Technology is expensive, no doubt about it. But we just need to keep trusting. And if you see what the Minister of Digital Innovation, Digital Economy is doing, it's bringing in funds. Because technology is expensive, and you can't do it and get away with it. If you put cheap infrastructure into technology, you get a cheap and collapsible edifice. Eventually, that's what you will get. You understand? So technology is expensive, but let's just trust the leadership. So far, they made a good stride. They made good stride to raise the fund. Technology is not cheap. We don't do all these things in Nigeria. They are imported products. No, we don't understand that technology is one of our major imports. We think we are trying to export innovative product, but we import the entire infrastructure into the country. But it will work.
It also requires, doesn't it, you know, some form of, will I say, futuristic approach, you know, on the part of the government of the day, because anything civil service now is seen to the regular Nigerian populace as, you know, political, and, you know, you will see many governors hesitant on doing anything to mess around with the civil service, so it doesn't cost. So it doesn't cost them, you know, their own political ambitions. So do you? Where do you see this all going in our Nigerian reality?
I'm going to give a quick response to that. We have a relationship. We're building a relationship with MTN at the moment for a reputation management system. This is just information management. It's very simple. A reputation management system tracks your genuineness in terms of what you communicate. You see, it's because of fear of trending news, fear of backlash that make a governor want to execute something for the public sector. Once you know my reputation can be managed, people will see the fact from the fiction. You don't bother. You fix your public sector
and see the results.
Yes, exactly.
You know, ultimately.
Exactly.
All right, Stephen Onia, we've run out of the time allotted for us. It's already nearing the top of the hour, but we thank you very much for speaking to us on TVC Breakfast.